We are live on Facebook. Welcome, Facebook. Welcome, Instagram. And welcome,
It's going
TikTok. We
down.
are live today. We are back. Welcome back. Welcome back. And we are
Back.
so glad to be here with you. We love hanging out with you guys. Listen, like and share, like and share this post. We're talking, we have a good topic today. So we hope that you guys are ready. We hope that you have your drinks ready because we open up every Tuesday at 7 o'clock with our drinks. And so Lady J, she's here, and
Hey,
we
hey,
are
hey, hey,
ready
y'all.
to kick it
Live
off.
on
We are ready
multiple
to go.
platforms. We
You
have some
ready to
folks that are
go?
live with us. I just want to
Before we
show my
go?
setup real quick. So for my
All
folks that are
right.
on other platforms, that's the setup here. And
Mhm.
we're live.
We are live and we are ready to go. Just give us a moment because we are having something going on over here. Something's going over here on one area. So if you guys see me looking all over the place, I am looking all over the place because we have our wonderful TikTok over here. We have our wonderful Facebook over here. We over here on Facebook and we over here on YouTube. So welcome to our show. Good day, listeners. If you're out there, welcome to another enlightful episode of Let's Talk Our Wellness. I'm your host, Lynette, and my host, Lady J, and we are here
Hey,
diving
hey,
into an
hey.
amazing topic today, guys. We have an amazing topic, and it's called Fueling Your Mind, How Nutrition Impacts Mental Health and Your Emotional Well-Being. What's up, Lady J? What's
What's
up,
up?
girl?
What's up? What's up?
How
So
are you feeling tonight?
tonight I am feeling fine, as the song says, and I'm super excited about tonight's topic because folks is trying to wonder why they got brain fog. Folks is trying to wonder why they get not only hangry when they don't eat, but after they eat, they may feel some kind of way. So I can't wait to debunk some of the topics that we're going to cover this next hour as we help people to make better choices and
Yeah,
how they fuel their body and how the mind and body connection is one. It
I
is
love
one.
it. I love it because, guys, it is one. It is one. And I'm telling you, if you don't think that your nutrition
Right.
affects your mental health, it does. And we're going to dive into it with some scientific facts. We're going to give you some tips and tricks. We're going to give you some good food, some good vitamins that you can add and include. And we love being wellness nutrition coach. It is such a blessing, Jay, to be able to help people navigate, especially if you're anything like me. I'm not a doctor and I don't treat, but I am a profession in this industry for many years. So I am here and I'm able to help you help yourself and your family. So before we get into it, we always start out with our drink of the day. So
Okay, so what you
my
got in your cup?
my favorite drink that I have been living off of, I
Okay.
have been loving my lemon ginger lemonade. I
Ooh, that
love it.
sounds good. So wait a minute. Lemon ginger lemonade.
Yes,
You
yes.
got to give a little bit of the background of what's inside of the
So,
lemon ginger lemonade. Just
so
give them a little bit of
it
recipe.
is,
Let the secret out. Let the secret out.
the lemon is freshly squeezed, and we
Okay.
use our alkaline or spring water you can use.
Okay.
And then you put in your ginger, and then you can sweeten it up. I don't use sugar. but I love to use sour sop. It's like a sugar, but it's natural. But
Okay.
so actually, I am drinking lemon, ginger, and sour sop. So it
Showing
gives you
off.
that little bit of sweet, and you can
Okay.
drink this warm or you can drink it cold. I prefer it cold in my favorite Yeti cup because
Isn't
I'm
that Yeti
always
cup?
I'm always out and about. And so guys, I like to be out and about in my cups. You know your girl. My cup has to be inspirational. It has to have a saying on it because I believe
Absolutely.
that when I am in my spaces and corners, I want to have the most amazing saying to remind me how beautiful I am. And while I'm sipping my drinks, I always say, I do not drink my calories. I don't drink my calories. So we already get calories in food. I certainly don't want them in my drinks. And oh, by the
That's right.
way,
What's up?
girl, I
What?
already lost over 15 pounds. Woo!
15 pounds now?
Wellness works, guys.
It does
It
work.
really
I have to say, now
does.
that we sharing numbers, right? Before I get to my drink, since I
Mhm.
became primarily plant-based, I ain't gonna call myself a vegan because soon as somebody see me put something and they like, isn't there some butter in the in animal fat in that butter? Soon as they see me put something in my mouth, they're gonna call me out and try to counsel me. So I am primarily plant-based, and the
Uh-huh.
sister has lost 20 pounds.
Woo!
Just doing that thing, right?
Hey,
Yeah.
we losing weight over here.
I
We
don't know about the rest of the world. We shrinking. Now
we're
what's in
losing
my
weight over here, guys,
losing
and we
some
love
weight.
it.
Losing
And
some
we're
weight.
doing it naturally. We're doing it
That's
naturally,
the
and
beauty. That's the
we want
beauty.
you to get on this bandwagon and call us, text us, email us, sign up to our newsletters on foodismedicine.com. Get connected, get you a coach. Because guess what? We're not doing it alone.
Right.
I have a coach to coach me. Now, I am a nutrition coach. Jay, you're a nutrition coach. But we have coaches to coach us on how
Coaches
to
have
do it.
coaches.
Right. Because if you are that person that I've tried everything and I've done everything and I can't seem to lose this weight, sometimes it's not, you need to tweak some things.
That's right.
And also, too, we have to look at your primary food. We have to look at what's not on your plate. And then we have
Mm,
to look at, is it thyroid? Is it something underlining that you don't know about that's causing you not to lose that extra weight? So, Jay, what's in your cup?
So in my cup tonight for tonight's podcast, we always bring something nutritional.
Yes.
So I saw your cucumber earlier. You and Mister having some cucumber kisses together. So I was inspired. I have cucumber mint, I have fresh mint leaves and cucumber. So in this cup, we know that cucumber serves so many health benefits. First of all, it's good for bone health, anti-inflammatory, keeping that skin glow. You want to keep that skin right, blood
On.
sugar control, hydration. People use it not only in the body, but you can put it on the outside of your body to take those eyes from swelling, digestion regulation. And then your girl had a tincture, because we've been talking about our tinctures, our herbal
Yes.
tincture.
Yes.
So because I want to now have more relaxation,
Mm-hmm.
I have a cluster of tinctures that I'm just dropping into, either drops in my mouth, drops in my glass, to try to stay healthy, but do it the plant way. So today, lemon balm. So lemon balm has so many absolute great health benefits. The
Yes.
one that I love the most is after work. You know how you want to go, some people like, oh, I need to go grab me a drink or a joint. I
Yes.
I ain't doing either. So instead of grabbing the drink of the joint, you can grab some lemon balm
That's right.
and have some relaxations to your muscles. This is major, major, major for folks that are suffering with any nerve related issue. So lemon balm is going to be major, major for you to have. So it treats anxiety, insomnia, cold sores, bloating, gas, vomiting, digestive issues, agitation, anything that's related to that. Because we know that food is your medicine,
Right.
having this lemon balm, a few drops, put it in your cup, your coffee, you will find that, okay, the Zen kicks in and everything is great in the world.
Yes, yes, yes. So, the tinctures are really, really nice. And guys, listen, when the tinctures and things that we are talking about, we're also herbalists as well. So we know exactly what we are talking about. But when we start talking about these tinctures and all of these things, again, we put a disclaimer up that we're not doctors and we don't treat, but we are professionals in our, and we have the certifications and everything in our area that we're working in. But we want to say to you that, Lady J, when you are getting these tinctures, and we can tell you where to get them from, but we want you to make sure that you are speaking to professionals that know your medical background, that can critique these things specifically to you. They are not shareable because they are critiquing whatever it is that you need for yourself.
That's
And
right.
so that part. So I am loving your drinks. I am loving that because definitely as we get into this topic tonight, oh my God. So listen, guys, again, go get your girlfriends, TikTok, like and share, Facebook, YouTube, like and share, because we always say the right information can change and share your life. Go get your notebook, go get your pens,
Write your
go get your
journals.
tea, go get your journals, and let's take notes, guys. If you are a note taker, because I'm telling you, we're going to drop some gems. A lot of you on the back end, you're always requesting, where can you get this information from? Where
That's
can you
right.
get the herbs? Where can you get everything from? So we don't want you to miss nothing. We want you to write it down, and we want to be able to point you in the right direction. So guess what? We're going to jump all up into
Let's
this
dive
topic.
in. Let's dive in.
So that topic tonight is called, again, fueling your mind and how nutrition impacts your mental health and emotional well-being. So I wrote notes, guys. I came with notes. And let me tell you, let me dive right into my notes. Did you know that what you eat doesn't just fuel your body, but it also plays a crucial role in how your mind functions, right? The foods we consume can either boost our mood, enhance focus, or promote calmness, or lead to feelings of fatigue, anxiety, and depression. What? Depression? Have you been wondering why you've been feeling so depressed or feeling down or just not motivated? I wonder, not just that vitamin D, because guys, have you been getting out and enjoying and soaking up all this sun? It's free. Vitamin D is free. And so we need the vitamin D. And depending on where you are in the places and spaces of the world, for us here in Pennsylvania, we're about to, Lady J, go into our winter season. So right now we're in our fall season. And so whereas it used to get dark, let's say right around about almost like that 8:30, 9 o'clock. So
That's
now
right.
it's getting dark here around 6 o'clock. So now the mind has shifted, the body has shifted, and we're not getting much sunlight. And so I know that in our winter seasons, we don't get much sunlight. And so in your winter seasons now, we find, especially women, we have to kick up on our vitamin D, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So vitamin D is important. You'll hear your doctor when you go to your doctor. Some of you have heard it. Some of you know what I'm talking about. That when you go to the doctors, they'll say to you, okay, we want you to get 1,000 or maybe 2,000 cc's of vitamin D, right? So because our bodies drop that, in the wintertime. And of course, you want to be eating foods high in nutrients, high in vitamin C's and all of that. You want to be pairing your foods, in the right way so that your body can get what it needs. And Jay, not too many people even know when they go to their doctor to
Right.
ask your doctor. Because sometimes if you don't know your body, your doctors aren't going to do, but when you know your body, you can go to your doctor and say, hey, listen, I need you to check my vitamins levels. Because you need to know if vitamin A or B or C or D. You need to know which one of these vitamins aren't kicking off like they should. You see what I'm saying? Because not everything is in your mind. The body leaves clues. Jump in, Jay.
That's good. That's good. So
Mhm.
immediately my thought is most of the time we understand that we have a brain in our head. But the truth is we have two. The second
Yeah,
brain is in our gut.
yeah.
And if we're not giving the right nutrition to
Mhm,
both brains,
mhm.
the body and our well-being is majorly impacted.
Yes.
So you were raising some really good points there, Lynette. And I
Mhm,
wanted to talk about, as we're speaking about the mental health connection to the food that we eat.
mhm.
I know if you enjoy foods that may have high sugar content, I'm
Mhm.
not calling anybody out. Gummy bear eaters. Oh, I got a crew that's still eating now laters and
Oh yes, we
oh
love our laters.
oh I got delivered from a Twix bar addiction about 20 years ago. I was addicted to sugar. I was.
Uh
It was
huh.
terrible. My best friend and I, we were both pregnant at the same time, and we had Twix addictions, right? And what I love is that a lot of times we don't take serious what we put in our mouth, and we do all of this comfort food.
Right.
But a high sugar diet can lead to inflammation.
Yes. Yes.
So if
Yes.
you're experiencing a lot of pain, and I want to call out some of those high sugars. I talked about the gummy bears and the candies, but what about the drinks, the soda,
Yes.
right? High inflammation in the brain that turns around and impairs your mood. So all of a sudden your mood is different because now you eating a lot of sugar. This sugar is now impacting how responsive your nervous system is, and
Mhm.
and and because there's so much neuroscience that goes along with what we eat. There was a
Mhm.
2017 study that found the individuals with high sugar count was 23% more likely to have mood disorders. So some of you folk that's just a little funky all the time, put it down, put the sugar down, put the sugar down.
Yes.
Um, Artificial sweeteners, like some folks think about like aspartame. They're
Mhm.
like, oh, this is good. It's better than regular sugar. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. because scientifically they have found these common sweeteners have shown to have negative impact on your mood. So you got low mood, mental clarity, and could increase feeling depressed. So now we're using these artificial sugars in our bodies, and we're not realizing that this, what we think is a healthy option to traditional sugar, some of these artificial, man-made, manufactured, biochemical developed food is causing folks to just be foggy and funky. And
Yeah.
it's all stored in, it starts with their forks. It's
Yeah.
starting with what you put in your mouth.
Yeah. From fork to mouth. And that is so true because it is true. You know, we often heard it a lot. You are what you eat, right?
Amen, sister.
So,
Amen.
what are you eating every single day? What are you eating? You know, like, especially for us business professionals, you're on a run,
Right.
and God bless you when you are doing this and you're raising a family. And you know, that's one set of folk. And then you have the other set of folk that's single, free and disengaged. And you're like on a run. You know, you're going to the next meeting, next meeting, next meeting. You got 5 minutes, you got 10 minutes. Because a lot of people, Jay, are living their lives like this. They only got 30
Right.
minutes. You know, you don't even know what it's like. I literally, Jay, it's not until you go into a profession that you really just like look at things. When I sit and look at how people eat, I'm just
That's
like,
right.
oh, and you don't even know that you are doing it. I'm just
That's
like,
good.
I
That's
see how
good.
people eat, and I'm like, you don't even have time to taste your food. You could not have tasted that food and ate it just that fast. And don't even talk about, you know, science behind when you eat, Jay, right?
Right.
So when you sit down and you eat your food, when you know better, you do better.
That's right. When you know
So
better,
you'll
you do
see
better.
people eat and then they'll take a sip of a drink. So you'll see people eat and then they drink it. Don't you know that the brain doesn't understand. And you find you have gas, you have indigestion right
Right.
after that food is trying to digest. Now, the food that you ate, you know, people have horrible gut health, you know,
Mm.
acid reflux, Crohn's disease, and things like this. It's because we're not healing in order. We're not healing in order. So the brain, when we eat, the food needs about 30 to 35 minutes or more to break that food down that you just ate. And so when you're eating, your brain is trying to break that food down. Now you're drinking. So now the mind got to work, everything got to work even faster because it's doing two things at the same time. And
Right.
so our bodies wasn't designed to do that. So you know what I do is I eat and I will not drink until 30 minutes later. So either I am going to drink and eat 30 minutes later, or I'm going to eat and drink 30 minutes later. So that it gives my body time enough to break down and understand what's going on. So I used to suffer with horrible acid reflux. It was horrible, horrible, horrible. And after I lost over 100 pounds through the gastric bypass surgery I had, you know,
100
thank God,
pounds.
you know,
Amazing.
100 pounds I lost. And man, When you lose weight,
Right.
Jay, I didn't even know you could lose weight in the head. My head shrunk. Everything left.
It's amazing, right? Everything got smaller.
Everything was
Everything
gone.
gets smaller when you lose weight. Yep.
Every illness and disease was gone. Asthma, acid reflux. I don't know what it is to have acid reflux. I don't. And I stay away from acidity food and things that cause it. So once you have a ailment, you got to get real serious and busy of what foods should I eat? What food should I stay away from? Where is my vitamin levels? And how do I eat in order?
That's
How do I?
good, Lynette. That's good. That's good. When I was talking to my daughter earlier today, we were having conversation because she's 25 now, 26. And
Mhm.
she said to me, she said, Mom, I am struggling to lose weight. So we had a conversation and we talked about what she's consuming, how much carbohydrates, what kind of carbohydrates are you consuming, what time of the day you're eating, what kind of sugars, are you sedentary? I know she's a flight attendant, so she flies. So, oftentimes, like she could work 12-hour days. And I said to her, I said, baby, in order for me to stay healthy, I had to shift my mindset, right?
Mhm.
From l- eating to live to living to eat. No,
Mhm.
from eating to live. Right, that's right. So now I'm eating to live, but it used to be most people live to eat. So
Yes.
they love, like, they're foodies, and we've adopted these terms, which are, they're great terms, but we have to use them in a way that is with control, because
Yes.
a foodie could create that mind and body connection that now you show up and you have a food addiction. It is such a thing.
Yes.
And I know that when I was going through, sometimes we could all be guilty of emotional eating, right?
Yes. Oh, that's a
So
big
in,
one.
in emotionally eating, honey, we scooping up ice cream, we eating up anything that just makes me feel better because he just broke my heart. And I'm
Yes.
just gonna eat this emotional way. I just got fired. I lost my job. I'm mad as hell. So we
Mhm.
start emotional eating.
Mhm.
So in a 2020 study, it said that there is a strong link between emotional eating and the increased risk of anxiety and depression, right? So
Mhm.
folks are wondering why their minds are not as clear as they want them to be. Like, we have to figure out a way, of course, to become cycle breakers. um, and the processed foods take me
Oh,
down a path that just make me so
oh,
angry,
oh,
Lynette.
oh.
Like, they contain so much preservatives, unhealthy fats, chemicals that negatively impact the brain.
Mm.
Literally, there is a study that says that we are now eating 60 to 70% of our food is ultra processed.
Yeah.
This generation will be the first generations that are not on to be as healthy as their parents and to have the longevity as their parents. And with that study on processed food in 2018, um, it also said that there were mood disorders that were linked to the amount of processed foods. And I know that I'm plant based primarily, right?
Mhm.
But the truth is, some of that stuff could be processed as well.
Very
Like,
much.
if it's not in its whole food, everyone, if it's not from how it came out of the ground, then that's a level of process by the time it gets to your plate. So I'm, just wanted to make that connection. What's your thoughts, Lynette?
You just made something. As a matter of fact, I haven't released it yet, but I'm about to release, and I wanted to do a segment called Farm to Mouth. Farm to
Mm,
Mouth. So when you go and pick your berries, when you go and pick your food from the farm, it's fresh, it's straight from
nice.
the ground, straight to your mouth. Our foods, first of all, when I look on the menu, when I was in weight loss, they sent us to a class. It was a class that I had to go to.
Okay.
Class was, there were maybe about 20 of us in this class, because I go to a weight loss support group. And guys, let me tell you something. Weight loss is a journey.
Yes, it is a daily journey.
It's a journey, and you need support. You need accountability partners. And it's not even so much about losing weight too. We want to lose weight. Some of you may want to maintain, and some of you may wonder, I want to live a healthier, and I want to have a healthier diet. I
Right.
want to have a good relationship like we have in our business, food is medicine. We want to help you change your relationship with food.
That's
And
right. That's right.
where that came from, I remember, Jay, when I was on my weight loss journey, and my doctor said to me, she said, Lynette, she says, you love food. Because when I start talking about it and everything, and
Right.
I'm
Right.
the type of person that when I'm eating and it's something
We
good, I start
dancing. We dance when
dancing.
we eat.
I'm dancing.
We start
It's
dancing when
good
we
when
eat.
I start.
Right.
Now, when I ain't dancing, you be like, you're like, wait a minute, that food.
Right. Right.
I'm like,
Right.
nah, this ain't it, because I sit down and I taste my food. That's why they call people a foodie, because they love, they get into it. They're tasting their food. And I remember in this class, Jay, it was about 20 of us, and we came in, and it was a lot of menus on the table.
Okay.
So they were like, go to the table, pick your favorite restaurant, and I want you to get the menu. And so tell me, on a typical day, if you went to this restaurant, knowing what you know now, how would you eat at this restaurant now?
Yeah.
And
Wow.
so I picked up a couple of my favorite restaurants, and I picked up the menu, and I was looking at this menu, and I was like, oh, this is my favorite meal right here. This is the one I
Okay.
eat all the time when I
Right.
go to
Right.
this
Right.
restaurant. But I said, so my coach said, she said, Lynette, what's the matter? She said, how would you eat now at this restaurant? And I said to her, I said, the only thing on here, knowing what I know now, I would have to get maybe some shrimp and broccoli or something, and ask them not to put the sauce on it, because my favorite meal, the sodium, was out
Ooh,
the.
that's a good one.
I was like,
The
whoa,
sodium intake. Yes.
no,
Yes.
I don't have high blood pressure. So of course you wouldn't even be thinking about, this, as opposed to somebody eat that and they be really, like, whoa, like their head is spinning, but when you don't have that, you have to be mindful. When you don't have
Mhm.
diabetes, you have to be mindful. So everything that I eat today and the food that I choose today, I have to be mindful of the salt, the carbohydrates. I have
Right.
to read those labels. You
Read the
see,
labels.
whenever I pick up anything now, I pick up that label. Whereas before, Jay, we don't look at no labels. We
Mm.
don't look at labels. We just go ahead on and get what we need. But no, today I'm standing in the store. When I go grocery shopping today, I'm reading those labels. Because why? First of all, I have information, the same information that my aunties, my grandmamas, and all of them had that died of diabetes, high blood pressure, strokes, heart attacks, all of these kinds of things. They had the same information that I had. But in our generation now, we have too much. There's just too much information
So
that's
true. So true.
available to us. And even some people say, well, I can't afford organic. I can't afford. Let me tell you something. If you have a farmer's market next door to you, or you know of a farmer's market, hey, you can go in that farmer's market. But tomatoes $3-4, cucumbers $1.50. Listen, there ain't no excuse. It's just being mindful and caring about your health and your wellness. It's about, getting in a community that live and breathe healthy. You see what I'm saying? And then you mimic that. You mimic that. And the most important thing I tell you, your general doctor is your coach. Most people go to the doctors, oh, my doctor's there, if I get sick. No. Have you ever heard of preventative therapy? You don't wait till you get sick, but you go when you're well and get a plan. And that's what I had to do when I lost that weight. I had to make up in my mind that I don't want no diabetes. I don't want no high blood pressure. I don't want none of that. And if I can do my very best, then guess what? I'm going to do that. If God has it for me to live 100 years, I want to live all them 100 years. And I want to live it well. I want to live it well. So if that's called me altering my food, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
So when I looked at those menus, I'm like, oh, wow. Oh, wow. This is something. But you will not look at that. Sometimes
your mic is echoing, honey.
You don't know what you need until you need it.
True. So very true. We're catching some echo.
So we're catching echo?
Yeah, so let's try to see if we can resolve that.
Okay, because my mic is way far.
What about now? Okay.
You still getting?
Whatever you just did. Slightly better. Yeah.
Okay. Wonderful. Yeah. Wonderful. So being mindful of what you're eating, it's critical. It's critical. You still getting echo?
Mm-hmm. I think it's
How about now? Stop.
somewhat, yeah. We'll keep rocking. It's better. It's keeping. So you're right. I was listening to you, and I was thinking of and about now when I go to the grocery store, I spend hours. I don't know. The mic is doing something different now. It's catching some background noise. It's, um. Okay. So the amount of time that I spend at the grocery store in order to be careful of the food that I'm buying. And I know that for some people, like my friend Karen, who I talked about earlier, we were pregnant together.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she used to say, I love going to the supermarket. And I understand that the supermarket, like, so a lot of times people want to rush in and rush back out. But the supermarket should be spent more time there than than you do like when you're going to the mall shopping for an outfit. Because as you mentioned about reading those labels carefully and seeing where there's hidden sodium, hidden sugar,
Mm.
seeing and and we have to be careful nowadays, now that we have like food that is now like genetic GMOs, genetically modified food. And
Yes.
if you don't read the label for the small fine print, you
Mm-hmm.
won't even know that you're purchasing items that are genetically modified.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to absolutely take our time um, when we're out there shopping. And I know we covered earlier about how certain foods, I talked about sugars, Lynette talked about sodium. I wanted to, for me, and I know, Lynette, you may have a couple other points you wanted to drive.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to drive about, because some of you will say, well, what am I supposed to eat? And what do I eat that makes me feel good, right?
Yeah.
So some of those feel good foods are healthy fats. So I wouldn't get the fats that are things that clog arteries, but on the opposite side of it, if I'm getting fats from lean meat, if I'm getting fats from flaxseed, some of you might be like myself. Right now, I'm not taking in traditional protein that most people get, but I still do need to consume protein. So I'm getting it from my beans. I'm getting it from flaxseed. I'm getting it from chia seeds. I'm getting it from nuts. And those few things that I just named are known to reduce symptoms of depression. Who
Mm-hmm.
knew that a handful of nuts versus a candy bar could reduce the depression that I had?
Mm-hmm.
Um, if you're feeling anxious a lot, fermented foods. A
Yeah.
2016 study showed that the probiotics that's in sauerkraut,
Yeah.
kimchi, kombucha, a lot of folks are using the kombucha. It helps with the second brain, which is your gut health or your microbiome.
Yeah.
In addition to that, it helps with the mind. And this study showed in 2016 that it reduces symptoms of anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
Um, every day I start off, this is my own personal tip. I start off with berries, strawberries, blueberry, raspberries. I'm consuming them, whether they're fresh. Now, some of you may say fresh is too complicated. Go on and buy them frozen ones. Make a frozen smoothie. What we're asking you to be consider about when it comes to your health, don't overload it with a lot of things that take something healthy and now makes it unhealthy. If
Right.
you consume berries every day, it
Mm-hmm.
does two or three major things. It reduces oxidative stress, inflammation in
Mm-hmm.
the brain, because the brain can have inflammation,
That
and then
inflammation in the brain.
it's right, and then it helps with cognitive decline. Because
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the 50s club, and sometimes I'm like, what did I come to get? I don't know. I say to myself, what did you come to get? I'm not sure. Let me go back and figure it out. So
Yeah.
there's certain foods that we can eat that will
And that's
really help
so
us, right?
real. That is so real.
Yeah. So what you got up next, Lynette?
Now, I love how you broke down that gut health because so much lives in
Mm,
the gut.
that's good.
You tapped on inflammation
Ooh, ooh,
as a
that
pain
word.
management therapist. that inflammation in your body is so real.
Beast. It's a beast.
And we want to do a whole nother segment, Lady J, on detoxing because you have to learn how to detox your body
Right, right.
because all of this, can you imagine driving your car and never do an oil change? Never
That's
having,
good.
never taking it to get washed, never doing nothing? That car is going to let you down shortly,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
shortly. And
Clogged engine.
so is our bodies. When you start getting all of these crazy doctor diagnoses, most everything, if not in your genes, most everything is tied to
Food related
what goes
illnesses.
in
Yeah,
our mouth.
that's good, Lynette.
And so,
Absolutely.
you know, it is so important for us to detox our bodies. It is so important for us to, again, when we heal in order and when you know what's connected, I can't wait for us to do a segment on colonics, how to clean out not only
Let's
your
clean it
gut,
out.
because
Right,
you can
right.
take today. I stepped on the scene with probiotics. We should be taking this every single day.
Every
I
day.
love how you talked about the fermented food. So, guys, you can go into, you can make it your own because at least you know what's going in it, especially for those who have uh, high blood pressure, because salt is in almost about everything.
Okay.
So, you can make your own fermented foods. You could go and get you a nice gut health book and look up fermented food because we can find everything now on the whole world wide
That's
web.
right. That's right.
And
Click and
so,
learn.
but for those of you that can go into your farmer's market and get that sauerkraut, you can get pickled beets. Some people have the mixed vegetables that's fermented. These things help coat that gut
Hmm.
and really break down enzymes and really break down things in the gut. And so, also, along with detoxing, I mean, it will be good if you detox every once a month or every 2 months. Detox your body, flush out your body. We got that liver, cleaning the blood, cleaning the liver. We need that we need that reset.
That's
Our
right.
bodies need to reset, get all of that gook out, you see, and you'll be surprised what's in you. Ooh, when we start talking about that colonic, OMG.
Yeah,
I'm
I've
just
heard
like,
that
listen,
you can
Jay,
see the
when you
parasites.
go and
Yeah,
you get
you can
that,
see the parasites.
you will not believe what comes out of your body. So can you imagine if you was to get a regimen doing that, you will begin to have less pain, less
Mm,
brain fog, because your body is all, listen, it is a true saying. We say, you know what? You're full of,
blank.
you literally are full of it. And not
Right.
positivity. I'm talking about, but all it is, it makes sense and it go together. It goes together, Lady J. And I'm telling you, when you start getting colonics, oh my God, you feel like, whoa. I remember when I had my first colonic, I thought it was just going to be like a breeze in the park. I was in that place for over an hour
Mhm.
after after my treatment. When I finally was able to come up out the bathroom, I was so weak. My body was
Mm,
so weak. I
wow.
remember my technician saying to me, I said, I'm so weak. She said, what, you thought it was going to be a walk in the park? And she gave me probiotics. Take this and I'll see you at your next session. I said, the next session? She said, oh,
Multiple sessions, yes.
there are layers to this.
Right.
And she literally explained to me, can you imagine taking fresh peanut butter? This is exactly how she said it to me, Jay. Take fresh peanut butter, smear it on the wall. That peanut butter is going to get hard. So she says, can you imagine all the food that you've ever eaten? We have to go in there with special mineral water and everything to soften that up and scrape it out. So as
Mhm.
everything was coming through the tube, it wasn't even stuff from just yesterday. That was last week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks stuff.
Some of that stuff that don't
The
digest, sure.
bubbles, the mucus, and all of this stuff, guys, is connected to your sickness and your diseases.
So good. Yeah.
So when you clean out, because all we're doing is you're starting a diet. Oh, I'm going to drink green juice for 7 days. You're just putting new on top of old. And then when you say to yourself, I did that cleanse, I did that, I felt good for a day, or what, oh, I did this. And some people don't even feel, some people, I've heard people say, I don't feel no better. Yeah, because if you put junk in you for a
That's
lot of
right.
years, it's gonna take layers,
Mm-hmm.
for it to come up off of you. But you can do it. You can do it. But Jay, you have to do it with a coach.
I agree.
You
Having a
need a
community.
coach. If you want to heal your life in order and you want to get serious, you need a coach. And we will put the links on the top of these pages so that you can get in contact. Our information is on the screen. Foodismedicine.com. Go there, get your consultation. Listen, bring all of you, bring your health and your wellness. Listen, we do a whole, whole readout. We get all your
That's
medical
right. That's
information
right.
and we need to find out about you. Ultimately, you're going to do the work, but we're going to help facilitate and get you on the right track.
Mm,
So,
yes.
probiotic, we're talking about this gut health. We're talking about this gut health. And Jay, I'll give you the floor, but one may say, well, how do I know if I'm nutrients deficient? I'm going to tell you. How do you know? Have you been feeling fatigue and weakness? Have you been feeling that? Have your skin been dry and your
Mm,
nails brittle?
right, right, right.
Feeling that? Some of you might say, oh, it's the weather. Not all the time. Is it the weather? Mucus, muscle cramps, or weakness? Have you been having mouth ulcers or cracks at the corners of the mouth? Uh huh. Breaking down, vision problems, mental fog, mood changes, moody.
Moody.
Moody. Yes. Bone pain and weakness. Have you been feeling numbness or tingling? That's probably a B12 deficiency problem going on. That's why I say you need to know where your vitamins are. When you go to that doctor, ask that doctor to do a vitamin panel on you. Some of you may have had it, some of you may have never had it, but do a vitamin panel on you so that you can know what is off and what you need to be doing so that you can start eating the right foods. Poor immunity. Some people are, I have one of my good friends here with me, zinc. Some of you may be zinc deficiency. The other one, which is real huge, I may call that even number one, and that's magnesium.
Ooh, yes, yes.
Magnesium deficiency. Man, let me tell you something. You start taking magnesium, everything come up, Jay. Everything come up. So we got our B12, we got our vitamin D, we have our omega-3, we have our vitamin A deficiency, vitamin B deficiency, potassium deficiency, iron
Iron,
deficiency,
iron, yep.
biotin deficiencies, your hair, how's your hair? Your nails. How are all those things? Listen, guys, that's why we do this show. Let's talk our wellness. This is why we do what we do, because we want to see people well. We want to see people well. There ain't no such thing as a dollar hamburger. I have a problem when a hamburger costs $1. What am I eating? Really? Cheap, cheap, fast food, fast food. It's fast. It is. And you want it fast. We even have to look at our kids. Our kids are, oh my God. And a lot of you parents, I'm not knocking if that's what you got to do for a season, but we got to start thinking about our kids. They got to go to school in these long classes, taking these tests, and our poor kids are just eating sandwiches. They're not getting no nutrients. And then the teachers are sending notes home saying, Johnny ain't paying attention in the classroom. Well,
That's if Johnny get a sandwich. Johnny might get a Pop-Tart, honey.
He might get a Pop-Tart. These sugary breakfasts, pancakes and syrup. Who said that was breakfast? That's not breakfast. They're just getting bread and sugar. And our children need more than that. They need more than that. They go to school. My niece are in North Carolina. They go to school. They have to be on that bus stop at 7. They get up at 6 in the morning. So you figure from 6 in the morning to 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, that's a long day. And what kind of food are they serving in the schools? Lady J, take it.
Sister, you are on a very good rant, which is needed because there's so much reform and change that's needed to our nutrition. I don't want to get on my soapbox, but there is big farming. There is the government like the government is backing so many of these big major companies that are at Capitol Hill going in and lobbying for their businesses so that they can keep us sick. There is money in us being sick. They don't want us, I ain't even gonna say it, but I am. They don't want us to be well. Because you being well does not pay. They treat people who have illnesses. They treat people who have dis-ease. And if we're able to change what goes in our mouth, I just want to call out a few things before, because I wanted to make sure that we give you some connection of what's the healthy things to eat, right?
Mm-hmm.
So on that healthy things to eat list, these are complex carbohydrates, right? Not them simple ones, the complex carbohydrates that promote serotonin. That's that feel good, right? And when you and you talked about your dance, right? So we don't want you to do the dance off of eating candy. We want you to think about what goes on your plate, whole grains. That
Yeah.
could be quinoa in
Mm-hmm.
lieu of pasta.
Mm-hmm.
Quinoa offers protein, and you could treat it just like how you treat your rice, and it's so much better for you.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet potato over white potato. Okay. So your sweet potato, vitamin K, so many other nutrients that's good for the body. We're also talking about that this connects to your mind. Vegetables, beans, legumes. Um, we talked about the omega-3 fatty acids, eating your nuts, making, things that are delicious, but not using traditional sugar nor sugar substitutes, right? So we have to somehow figure out how to break the sugar addiction, because it is such a thing that the brain becomes addicted to food and addicted to sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so when we now have reached the end, and we can only give you the information, you do the hard work,
Mm-hmm.
which is taking the information and applying it to your life. I want to charge our community to not just tune in to what we have to say, but communicate with us if
Mm-hmm.
you need some direction. I want to also charge our community who are mothers, because mothers, we connect our family to the table. And
Mm-hmm.
really, in many households, we may be the people who are in charge of food,
That's right.
packing our children lunches. I'm not saying that it's like that for every household, but some it is still traditionally.
Mm-hmm.
We have to now consider. I was at a conference, and the conference said that the things that we eat and put in our bodies, and when we are having our children, it impacts up to 10 generations. So what
Mm.
I'm putting in my body goes
Wow.
to my children. Then my children have children. And then my children have children and children's children and children's children.
Yeah.
So if we want our legacies to live well,
That's right.
we have to now be mindful of what's on the other end of my fork. Reframe how I eat. How do I reframe what I consume? How do I reframe that food is something that I enjoy eating, but I don't have to now live to eat. I eat to
To
live.
live. Yes, that's
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
That's good. That's real good because we definitely do um, eat to live. That was so amazing. And you know what I hear and I always say, women are the healers of our home.
We sure are.
We are the healers of our home. When you empower a woman, you empower the family. And when the family is empowered, we empower the community. And when the community is empowered, the world is empowered. And so that's what we want to do. We want to empower the world. And, how can we, here's some good practices people can adopt to improve both their mental and emotional well being. Number one is eat a balanced diet.
Balanced
Get
diet.
curious about what you're eating. Get real serious about what is going in your mouth because a day and a time is coming. We're going to have to watch out for our food. Wasn't they were just recalling the eggs. They was just recalling the chicken, bird flu, all that kind of a thing. So we can't be eating everywhere. I remember my grandmother used to tell me that you can't be eating everywhere, can't be eating everything. And now, guess what? My grandmother's not living, but if I could talk to her now, she'll be like, I told you so. Exercise regularly, practice mindful meditation.
Mm,
Meditation is good for the soul. Meditation, meditate your mind, quiet your mind so that your spirit can hear. Prioritize sleep, guys.
yeah.
And the main reason for sleep is because sleep, for all of us who be up at late at night, sleep is designed. We thought it was just for the body to get rest and all of that. You know what sleep is? Sleep is fasting. That's the time where your body shut down. Because if we can you imagine if we ain't sleep, we'll eat all day, every day. So
So true.
so
So
important
true.
for
So
the
true.
body to sleep. And the reason why we sleep is because that is the time the body is fasting. So it is important that we get our sleep. Stay hydrated. It is important that we stay hydrated. So drink a lot of coconut water. Water is good, but it really has no value. So coconut water is amazing because it has the electrolytes in there and it's giving you what your body needs.
I love that H3O, not H2O.
H3O. That's right.
H3O.
And get it through your fruits, cucumber, watermelon, watery fruits. So not only do we have to drink our water, because we were told that drink a lot of water, drink a lot of water. Some people like, oh, I drink a lot of water. But when you drink a lot of water, you are flushing a lot of minerals and vitamins out of your system. So we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. So stay hydrated, coconut water, your fruits. Take time for yourself. Engage in activities that nourish your soul, whether it's reading, journaling, a hobby, or spending time in nature. Self care helps manage stress and maintain balance in life. Listen, you cannot give on E, and a lot of us do. You
We
have to
sure
take
do.
time and you have to refuel so that you can be able to keep some of your fuel and then give to others. And limit processed foods and sugar. Set healthy boundaries. Learn to say no when necessary and create boundaries that protect your mental and emotional health, whether at work or in personal relationships. Set those boundaries. Set those boundaries. And last but not least, seek professional help when needed.
That
If
right there.
If feeling of anxiety, depression, or emotional overwhelm persists, seeking support from a therapist or counselor can provide valuable guidance and strategies for coping. And it is okay to seek help. As a matter of fact, it is the most amazing thing that you can do. And when
Yes.
you seek help, we teach our family and we teach people around us that it is emotionally healthy to get a tune up.
I
You're
love
going
that.
to get a tune up.
I
I'm
love
going to
that.
change the oil. I'm going to maintain, even a house. A house needs maintenance. So thank you for going and getting maintenance. And just remember that health and wellness is a journey and it is a lifestyle. It's not something that you just go get taken care of and then that's it. No, you got to stay on top of you. You got to stay on top of you.
That's good. That's good.
Mhm.
Lynette, shameless plug. I know we're wrapping up.
Yep.
Um, I just wanted to share with our community that next month we're going to have a get together. So
Mhm.
please look for some communications because we are bringing either a live recording where you can sit in the audience, or we may have an opportunity to have a wellness event, and that will take place somewhere. Everyone in the East Coast, so it's going to be in the
Yes.
East Coast.
Yes. And we're looking real forward to it. We're working on it and we're planning it. And we want you to get your seat, bring a friend, and we are going to put what we're talking. We want to show it to you in person. It's going to be phenomenal, and we really look forward to seeing you guys. And we're going to tag you on it. You should see something out there very shortly, Lady J. I'm excited about it. I know you all
Absolutely,
get excited when we're talking about it.
that's
And
right.
so, guys, again, thank you for tuning in. Listen, every Tuesday, and when we're not going to be on, we'll always leave you guys with some good information. As life is lifing and the holidays are coming, so when we are not going to be doing a live, we will always put something out on Facebook that you can stay connected, whatever
That's
you
right.
do, stay connected in the wellness community, right? Because again, it's going to help you, it's going to bless you. Like and share these lives because somebody sitting right next to you right now
Right.
needs to do this. You may say, well, this ain't for me. Well, share it because it might be for your sister. It might be for your brother. Because sometimes, guys, and that's a whole nother segment, people heal in silence.
Mm.
They heal in silence. And let me show you how. Have you ever been close to somebody and you get wind? So and so done passed away. Wait, I was just talking to them yesterday. I was just talking to them last week. They never mentioned they were sick. Never said nothing to nobody. Oh, the family may say, oh, they ain't say nothing to us either. We didn't even know. People suffer in silence and they don't tell you what they're going through. But guys, share this post because it can literally save somebody's lives. We get the inboxes and people inbox all the time. They may have been on this live and didn't say anything, but as soon as our lives are over, we get those inboxes. So, guys, again, happy Power Tuesday. We're
Power
always
Tuesday.
happy to see you guys. Stay tuned. Be well. Enjoy the rest of your amazing week. And please, guys, please, please, please keep Florida in your prayers. Keep
Absolutely.
Florida
Folks
in
in North Carolina
your
that's still
prayers and North Carolina for all of these people that are reeling with these storms. We are seeing storms that we have never, ever seen in our lives. And so we pray for Florida. We pray for North Carolina. We pray for everybody that was impacted by these horrible storms. And
yes.
so, again, Lady J and I, we love you guys. We
Thanks for
appreciate
taking up space with us
you.
today, everybody.
Yes,
Wait,
yes,
wait,
yes,
wait.
yes, yes,
I
yes.
have
And
to
let
show
us
my
know,
t-shirt.
guys, if these lives are
Mindset
blessing
is
you.
everything. Mindset is everything.
Yes, yes, yes. Let us know. Let us know. Like and share and let us know if these lives are blessing you.
Or a
Thank
topic,
you.
a topic you
Thank
might want
you.
to hear.
Share a topic that you may want to hear, and we will get the professionals on to come and talk with you. Listen, thank you, Facebook. Thank you, YouTube. Thank
Thank
you,
you,
TikTok.
TikTok.
Take care. Until next time, be well.
Blessings, everyone.